Alright, YouTube, back another video. Today the video plan is to get the truck wrapped up, the dually. I've already started working on it. I've already replaced the shocks, made the piece for my sway bar mount because the frame was broken, rusted through right there. So I'll show you all that, and then I'll show you the interior. My brother detailed it, looks a lot better, and I bought a new set of simulators for the rims and tires. So I'll flip the camera, I'll show you the piece that I made, and then I was gonna weld it, but I need to get gas or argon for the welder, but it's Saturday, everywhere's closed, so I'm gonna bolt it for now so I get the truck back running and driving, and then I will weld it this week once I can go get argon from the place down the street. So let me flip the camera around and show you what the piece I built is looking like. Here is the piece that I built for the frame. It will literally fit perfectly right here. I just need to grind out the backside of this down just a little bit. The hole is just barely off. And those bolts are threaded into the bottom of this plate. So when I put the little C clamp piece around the sway bar, it will mount perfectly to it. And I'm just gonna drill 2 holes in this for now. And then I will weld it later this week. So it's literally fits perfectly. The reason I have to do all this is because this is a little gone right here. So we'll get that done, and it is going to take me a while to drill some holes in this stuff. So I'm going to first mark out it in this plate, and then once I get that on there, I can mark it on the frame somewhere over here, drill that one out and bolt it on there at least, and then it'll be tight and good to go. Okay, to make this even better, I drilled a 1/2-inch hole right here, and then I tapped a 1/2-inch hole in the frame so I can just bolt this right to the side like that, and I can thread my bolts in there. Very simple, kind of hard to do with one hand. So I think I'm just going to drill 2 more holes in here. One right here, one right here, tap 2 more holes, and then put 2 more 1/2-inch bolts, and then I'll clean this thing up, make it look a little better. Or if I do one here, or whatever ends up being, I'll do 2 more, bolt it tight, and then I could just mount this all back up, put the new sway bar in links. And then I also need to talk about my new shocks. Obviously new shocks on both sides, which on the bottom where they bolt in down there, broke the bolts off, so I had to cut them out, and then I just bolted it through with my own hardware I had, which that's all good. We'll get this settled out, figured out, drill 2 more holes, tap this, clean this up with the wire wheel a little bit, spray some paint in here since I already wire wheeled this a little bit, or my brother did, and then I'm gonna grease it and we'll start getting everything put back together. Okay, so it's still pretty windy outside. Got the holes tapped or drilled, threw a coat of black paint on there, and then on the frame I got 2 more drilled, thread in, this one threads in. They're all good. I'm gonna take some brake clean this up a little bit. I don't know about over here, I still gotta figure out my brake line leak, so I'll probably just brake clean all this up, clean it up a little bit, throw some black paint on there, and then obviously when I go to weld it, I'll just leave the bolts in, I'll wire wheel each side, and we'll be able to make that happen. So I get some brake clean this up, and then I'll throw some black on there and I'll show you what it's looking like. Okay, the passenger side, got it all put back together. Had to put a bolt through here, so I drilled a little slot, put a bolt, that's done. New sway bar and links, and threw just a little bit of paint on here for now. And the driver's side is wrapped up too, except for I didn't want to paint nothing back here because there's oil or brake fluid all over it. So until I fix that situation, then I'll paint all that. That looks great, really good in my opinion. Sway bar and link, and it wraps under, it's all bolted up, and then these bolts are obviously just bolted to the frame or tapped, and it looks good, it works well. New shocks on both sides, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw the new wheels on, or not the new wheels, throw the wheels back on, put the new simulators on the front. These are what the rear simulators are looking like, a lot better than the old ones that I have in the back of my white truck here. These were just more, they're just a lot duller. They're old, So I'm gonna throw the wheels on, put the simulators, and clean all the tools up, and then I'll show you the interior of the truck also. Okay, here's how the interior is looking. It is looking a whole lot better. He was able to get a lot of stuff out of the seatbelt. Not that much, so much because he couldn't get it out, so he couldn't pressure wash it. But overall, it just looks a lot better. Clean the floors, got a bunch of stains out of the carpets. The tint is looking good, and I already did scratch in the corner a little bit, so that's an ordeal. And I don't know if this is in the last video or not, but I put this bullet antenna I had for the past 5 years probably. And then this is how we're sitting now. New simulators. I think they were on one vehicle before this, but overall this thing is looking a whole lot better. Hopefully it's gonna ride a lot better. I'm gonna take it for a test ride here in a minute because I haven't drove it in like a week, maybe. No, probably 4 days. Maybe since Tuesday. So take it for a test drive. Had a bunch of stuff in the bed to clean up, and also got to beat on the hitch a little bit. Keep trying to break that thing loose so I can eventually get that out. So I'll test drive it and I'll record. So see how it rides. It's riding pretty smooth. It still has a little weird wheel shake. I felt it a little bit, but overall it's riding pretty damn smooth. You see my hand not even bouncing around at all. Now I'm gonna go back to the house now, and I gotta clean all my tools and put them away. My toolbox is a mess. There's shit all over, so go through that, put all that stuff away. And all right, for the most part, I got to clean up just some parts I got to put up away in some bins and stuff. So for the most part, it's cleaned up. And then either tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday, I'm gonna wire in a 7-pin plug to the back of the truck. So right now there's only a 4-pin plug, and there's a 7-pin plug in the back of the truck. Because when my dad's trailer is the 7-pin, which as you see in the other video, I rewired that trailer. So either Monday or Tuesday, wire that up and make it all look good, and then I'll end up wrapping up this video. So I'll pick the camera back up when I go to do some more wiring. Okay, so I don't know exactly where this can go in the video. I don't remember what I left off because it's been a minute and I've had a lot of other videos going on. But I started tearing apart the brake booster and the cylinder and all that stuff. And I think I figured out the problem. So I'll flip the camera around, show you what it's looking like. And I don't know if it's supposed to look like that. I need to look up like a diagram and what the housing is supposed to look like to see if it's actually cracked or there's a piece broken off. So flip the camera around, show you what it's looking like, and where we're at right now. Okay, this is where we're at. This piece of silicone was like sitting in there like this. You know, obviously it was like holding it actually. So I'm pretty sure this is actually broken. There's no way that's supposed to actually be like that. This has got to be continuous. I don't know. I've never seen something like that, so I need to look it up, see what it's supposed to look like. Because there is an O-ring. There is an O-ring in there also. Like, I don't know if this was supposed to be in there or they put this in there trying to seal it up or what. Because this was actually on this inside. So I'm going to look up a diagram and see what I can figure out about this. If there's actually supposed to be an O-ring in here or what. Because I don't know. That would sit around there like that. So let me look something up and see if this is just broken or it's actually supposed to be like that. We'll talk about the truck first. I put a crank sensor in the truck, hoping like that possibly was the problem, but it wasn't. So now tomorrow, which today I was gonna call, but tomorrow I'll call for sure, is one of my dad's buddies has a shop. He knows what he's doing, so call him, see if he wants to work on it. Hopefully he can figure it out. And then also the trailer that I got on the other side of the tent over here, it's real windy, so I'm trying to block the wind a little bit. I got the new lights, rewired it. Now I just gotta test it all. So maybe tomorrow, and maybe one of these days, I'll get a clip at night with all the lights working and stuff, or really just the tail lights. And then I got a nice custom plate for it. So I'll flip the camera on, show you the new wiring on the trailer, and then I also need to wire a plug, 7-pin plug on my pickup truck, and I already got that plug also. Okay, so we have all the wiring I need to go and clean up, but I don't want to get too far into it till I know everything is wired properly. So I got a new plug, new wires, new trailer brake wires, and new lights properly wired, and then swap out that plate still. I don't want to get too carried away tucking everything away. Obviously new wires on the driver's side. And I think I'm gonna try to weld the new jack in that my dad has inside the garage. Would be ideal. But like I said, I do need to wire the new plug-in for my truck, or add one. I'm just gonna piggyback it off the bed wiring, or the 7-pin in the bed, which I got that thing somewhere up here, over here. And it comes with a little mount too, to mount to the bottom of the truck or wherever. And then I also need to still work on getting that hitch out because it's still stuck in the receiver. So if I don't get a video of the trailer, I'll put it in the next video. But that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next video.